Okay, Milan, can you share a little bit about yourself?
Sure. So my name is Milan. I'm 34 years old. I've been working out for about a year to a year and a half consistently. And although like I could see that there was some changes in my physique and my overall well-being, there were also some elements of my health that weren't tracking as well. One of them being blood pressure, which comes from my family history and genetics. And so that's what brought me to reach out to Igor and eventually start training under Megan and just looking at lifestyle and everything that we could optimize to get my blood pressure in range.
Had you tried anything before to help get your blood pressure in range?
Yeah, it was mostly just experimentation, uh, just reading online, trying breathing techniques, a lot of wishful thinking. I think what I got out of this training was the consistency and the accountability and actually being a bit more methodical with approaching this. And so, we established certain behaviors that I should try to include in my life. And then we're also like taking measurements quite frequently and tracking them and seeing, looking at trends and readjusting, trying to just trim the fat and just focus on the key behaviors which would were the most impactful.
And what did you start to notice in your blood pressure readings over the past few months?
Well, so the big one for me was the initial fear of just starting to measure. So that took some time to get accustomed to, and then just because of feeling more accountable and more feeling more ownership of that part of my health journey, I was starting to include a lot more of the behaviors, which eventually started to change to lower my blood pressure. And there were some things that we tried that weren't necessarily working for my body, but others, we quickly kind of set those aside and eventually found a few key things that brought me in the optimal range. And now I feel like I have the confidence that I know how my body works, and so that I can manage this condition just with lifestyle and it's basically, yeah, it's a big health outcome because by myself I don't know if I would have been able to get there at all, and or definitely not within the same time frame, because it did progress, but we did get some gains pretty quickly.
All the gains. That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
gains.
all of them.
Gains with no pain.
That's what you want. Yeah, what I think was really impressive, but also maybe it's just your background that you were able to put in such a detailed tracker and get a lot of different metrics to look at, and that you were willing to work at that and fill that out. Because as you said, there were some things that worked well, some that didn't, and it was pretty apparent when to change the things and when to keep them going. So that was really good, and it just kind of shows that you really invested in this. And the other thing that we don't have to get in each thing that you did, but you've made some really amazing lifestyle changes. And you set up a lot of some of the things that you're doing now you didn't think you could do. So that's really impressive too, that you now it's a part of life. Like you just prepping
Yeah.
food, you're checking these things off on the daily, and that's
Yeah, it's a big take home, and I'm very grateful for it because initially I was meeting a lot of internal resistance, especially the diet changes. Those were hard, and then I mean you were patient with me, and the changes happened pretty quickly, and it was hard. The lift off was hard for me, but when you hit a certain speed and you the habits become kind of ingrained in your lifestyle and your routine, it gets much easier. And so it's surprising how quickly some of the behaviors have just become almost like second nature. Getting the home cooking, getting my macros where they should be. And it's also like, I mean, I came in chasing a specific outcome, which was a reduction of my blood pressure. but I think I got more out of the bargain in the end, because those lifestyle choices also bring allow me to manage my stress levels. They've helped me with other like minor conditions that I have, and so they've put me on a nice trajectory to actually have better and better health as long as I keep working at it. And also it's helped me develop certain skills to understand what sort of baseline or what sort of lifestyle I can build for myself, and what are the benefits of investing in in sort of my health by doing all these things daily. And so once you have this experience, it's very positive, and it stops feeling as much like work. It becomes more like something that you're doing to reward yourself, and an investment in your health and in your well-being.
Wow, yeah, that's exactly the point. So that's really great that that's what you felt. If you were going to talk to anyone or give any advice to anyone who either didn't think this is possible for them or is hesitant about starting, what would you say them to help them?
Um, I would say that for most people, accountability and consistency will be the main blockers. And I would say like get help. I would say reach out to like I would say I know who to put you in touch with, and get some help, and keep an open mind. If I'm fairly certain that anyone who invests a certain number of weeks on this journey will see some changes, some positive changes. Now, how much change you're seeing, some of it depends on our context, and on your actual willingness to change your behaviors, right? Some people are not as compliant. I think one of the things that's made me successful is that I took it seriously, I believed in the process, and I put in the time to be successful. I really made it a personal project to succeed in this, and it works. It works. Like you'll be surprised in what's actually like what are the success factors for you, maybe. But in the end, you will find things that will help you on that journey, and you will see results. It's good. It's got to do with the level of seriousness and the consistency. And I think that having a coach, because you're actually getting these check-ins, and someone's taking an interest, and giving you some professional advice as to what you could consider next, and being very critical with the things that you need to focus on. It takes some of these concerns off your mind, and you can just focus on the actual doing, because it's your life, you're the one driving the process, and it's very helpful to have guides, but like you still need to put in the work, else obviously nothing's going to happen. It's like having a full gym and never like lifting any weights. Like, yeah, you're not going to get built.
Mhm. Well, I don't think I could have said that better myself. Thanks for talking to us. We really appreciate you sharing. And I think this is going to help a lot of people to take the next step themselves.